What's good, YouTube? There's finally a native Roslyn language server as a .NET tool, and if that works, the Neovim C# setup goes to basically just one line of code. So the question is, are we actually free from the old setup or not? What is the state of affairs? As I stated in one of my earlier videos, right now C# in Neovim is not a normal LSP setup. It's a bunch of hidden moving parts that you hopefully never get to see. And if this new tool replaces that, everything changes. So why is this huge? Now if we look at the HTML LSP, we see how it should be. First, we install the LSP on our machine, with npm in this case, don't even need Mason for that. Number two is, we simply enable it in our NVim config. Now for Roslyn, we juggle and plump together multiple DLLs behind the scenes. We get those DLLs from an Azure DevOps pipeline where they are provided as artifacts of that pipeline. But thankfully, we don't have to take care of that ourselves thanks to the work of Crash Dummy. We can install them all as one Roslyn package via Mason, and then we are able to enable Roslyn in Neovim with just one line of code. Now let's get to the plumbing. The Lua code for that comes with roslyn.nvim, which we install with something like LazyVim or some other package manager. Thanks to Sebastian Ling, Entries203, and all the others who are maintaining this repository. So once all of that is in place, number one, we registered the third-party registries for Mason. Then we install Roslyn with Mason. Then we install and configure roslyn.nvim with something like Lazy. And depending on the current state of affairs, chose the right commit for roslyn.nvim because it might not work with any of the other moving parts of the solution anymore. Once all of this is in place, we get working Razor and C# support for Neovim. But the support that we get only works because of all of the heavy lifting by all of these moving parts, which can become pretty fragile, which we've seen in one of my last videos. So now what if none of that is needed anymore? I stumbled across this issue under the roslyn.nvim GitHub repo. Raised by Mason DLL in the beginning of this year. And he says, not in this commit, but a reference, there's a new tool available in the .NET CLI called Roslyn Language Server. And if you dig a little bit deeper, then you see that there's actually an updated README for the Roslyn Language Server that says we can just install it now as a .NET tool with .NET tool install global Roslyn Language Server pre-release currently. According to this doc, we can just install that thing and use it. Configuration should be the same as we know it so far, so it should not be a problem. So I did a little bit of more digging and I found out that there's actually a commit in the NVim ASP config README from, where's the date? April 25th, 2025, that already mentions the Roslyn Language Server. And when you look at the README now, then you see there's an update here and there's a snippet to enable language server with vim.lsp.enable roslyn_ls. So according to the docs, we can really just install the Roslyn language server right here as a .NET tool just with this line and then enable it in Neovim with this line right here and configure it as we want to, just as we used to it. But those two actions should be enough, and all the above mentioned DLL hunting and custom Lua code plumbing should be entirely obsolete. So, since that to me sounds too good to be true, let's see how well this works. So first I open my LSP config Lua and I look for Roslyn and then I uncomment anything Roslyn from my LSP config. And then of course I also go into my plugins in Lua and do the same thing. And then what I do is I open Mason to uninstall the Roslyn language server. There we go, Roslyn was successfully uninstalled. And the last thing to get clean is I open Lazy. And then it says clean Roslyn because I don't use it anymore, right? So we now have a clean slate, so to speak. I close everything. And then I go back to the docs, those ones right here, and install the Roslyn language server as a tool as we find it in the docs. Just copy this one, back to my terminal, .NET Roslyn install, global, doom. And there we go. It says you can invoke the tool using the following command, etc., etc. And when I look at the other documentation, then I find here the snippet to enable the language server. I just copy this one, go back to the NVim configuration, open this, go back to the LSP config, Lua, and then where do we have? Somewhere I have the lines right here that just comment out, yeah. And just right here, for orientation at the same place, I just paste this line. And there we have already a difference where we see before we did vim lsp config and just configured Roslyn, which was then handled by roslyn.nvim. Now we don't do this anymore, oopsies. We just enable Roslyn underscore language server as we find it here in documentation, right? So now from here, everything should just work, right? So now I can test this, and I go to my console and open my console. And then you see already I have a program CS, just open the program CS. And then you see right here, the Roslyn underscore ls is loaded. Before it was Roslyn, due to all the stuff we had to do before. Now it's just Roslyn ls. And we get the full support. We get the syntax highlighting, and if I provoke an error or provoke syntax garbage, the LSP screaming at me. Also, I can just F12 or go to definition of some standard library method right here. Boom, that works too. So we get full C# support as it seems. So far looks good. For normal C#. How is it working with Blazor now? So if I now go from a C# to my Blazor project, open this one, open the program sys from my API, for example. Then you see Roslyn is attaching, everything works fine, whatever. If I now try to open any Razor file, like counter Razor, you see there's no attachment. I have no LSP support for this right off the bat from the current minimal configuration for Roslyn underscore ls. So right off the bat, Razor does not really work. And we see it further. If I go to the code behind file of that thing, then I get an instant error. What is it? Counter uninitialized, no suitable method found to override. So as if I was mistaking the namespace or something, and this component couldn't be found, a code behind file for this component couldn't be found. But if I do a .NET build, then you see everything is building fine. So as it seems, roslyn.ls, as it is right now, does not recognize any Razor files at all. It's just ignored. And if we go further and go to the official nvim lsp config roslyn ls lua, then you see right here, Razor is not supported. Please use https github doopty-doopty-doo. tris203 Razor Language Server ls.nvim, which is already obsolete because it has been integrated into roslyn.nvim, which should also be obsolete due to the latest updates from the Roslyn Language Server. So I tried to get it to work a little bit. I'll just give you a little quick overview of what I tried. So first, as usual, we enable the Roslyn underscore ls as we find it in the docs, and then we configure it. Right, like this language server right here. As a command, we use the Roslyn Language Server .NET tool that we just installed, but we feed it, at least I try to do so. We use the parameters from the documentation to make Razor work, and I feed it the Razor libraries, those ones right here, Razor Compiler DLL and Razor Design Time, from the Mason installment. So I have both side by side because I couldn't find the Razor DLLs, or maybe I was blind or whatever. Anyways, I have both installations side by side and feed this LSP the Razor DLLs and tell it also, of course, to attach to Razor as well. But I don't get it to work. It just gives me errors and keeps crashing, and I cannot navigate. In the moment I try to navigate from a Razor file via LSP, it keeps crashing. So I couldn't get it to work. Maybe you did. If so, please let me know in the comments. But so far, it seems like Razor is not supported yet, at least not fully, by the Roslyn Language Server .NET tool. So what's next? Well, it's not so much missing anymore. The last thing the Razor Language Server .NET tool needs to do is to recognize and attach to Razor files properly. Feed them into its analytics properly. And from there we should be good to go, right? This would then make everything needed before completely obsolete, mean a huge increase in stability and simplicity, and would require a completely new 2026 C# setup video, of course. So I don't know about you, but despite the fact that the thing is not completely perfect yet, I mean, we still have to put the -- pre-release flag when installing it. To me, it seems like we're going to the right direction here. Anyways, I'm out, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.